we're going to be taking a look at some of the largest generic manufacturers globally. First up, let's take a look at Viatris. Formed from a merger of Malin and Upjohn, Viatris is a titan in the generics market, with a strong focus on gastrointestinal diseases, ophthalmology, and dermatology. This company has raised an impressive $17.5 billion in sales in 2022. Next up, we have Teva Pharmaceutical Industries from Israel. Teva's extensive portfolio spans central nervous system, respiratory, oncology, and cardiovascular drugs, generating $4.93 billion last year. Next up, we have Novartis. Through their Sandoz division, it is a powerhouse in the generic medicines and biosimilars division. Based in Switzerland, Novartis covers a vast array of therapeutic areas. Here we have India's Sun Pharmaceutical Industries. It is another major player known for its large-scale production of generic drugs. Sun Pharma operates in over 100 countries and reported revenues exceeding $5.1 billion in 2022. Next up, we have Fresenius Kabi, a subsidiary of Fresenius SE & Co., based in Germany, specializing in intravenous generics, infusion therapies, and clinical nutrition products, with operation in more than 100 countries. Focusing now on India, we also have Aurobindo Pharma. Focusing on a broad spectrum therapeutic area, Aurobindo has a significant presence in the US and European markets. Staying in India, Lupin Limited, another Indian giant, produces a wide range of generic drugs, particularly from cardiovascular, central nervous system, and respiratory conditions. Their strong global footprint spans over 100 countries. Moving on, Indo Pharmaceuticals, registered headquarters in Ireland, develops a diverse range of generic and branded pharmaceutical products, with a significant presence in North America, Europe, and beyond. Indo is a key player in the generics market as well. Moving now to South Africa, Aspen Pharmacare. It's notable for its extensive range of generics and its strong presence in emerging markets. They play a key and critical role in making medications accessible to underserved populations. And lastly, Bausch Health, formerly known as Valiant. It is a Canadian company focusing on eye care, gastroenterology, and dermatology. They have reported $8.4 billion in revenues in 2022. These companies may often go under the radar, but their impact on the global health system is undeniable. They provide essential medicines to a vast proportion of the global population. We're going to turn now to the WTO, or the World Trade Organization. They set multilateral trading rules agreed upon by their member countries. But that's not all. More and more of these rules are affecting pharmaceutical products, which are being shaped by preferential free trade agreements, or FTAs. These can be either bilateral, involving two countries, or plurilateral, involving multiple countries. Understanding the impact that international trade agreements have on generic and biosimilar medicines is crucial for promoting global health and ensuring essential medicines are accessible to all. Now, here's where things get tricky. Differences in the procedures and requirements for approving generic and biosimilar products can drive up their development costs. Plus, they need to duplicate the inspections manufacturing plants, which add to their burden. Organizations like the International Generic Biosimilar Medicines Association, or IGBA, promote regulatory convergence. This means creating frameworks for regulatory cooperation in trade agreements, especially for generic and biosimilar medicines. Understanding how international trade agreements affect these medicines is crucial for their global health. It's all about making essential medicines available to anyone who needs it. We're taking a look at the global landscape of generic medicines, guided by data. This map shows us an uptake in generic medications and the value it represents in the pharmaceutical market across countries. Let's start by looking at the United States. Now, it's surprising to see that despite having the highest generic usage by volume at the staggering 90 percentile, this only translates to 22% of overall market value. This raises a question about pricing strategies and market dynamics. So why is this the case? Well, one reason could be the pricing models in the United States, where generics are significantly cheaper compared to their branded counterparts, are driving up volume, but not value. On the other end of the spectrum, we have South Africa. Here, generics make up 69.6% of the pharmaceutical volume, yet they account for a substantial 47.5% of the market value. This is one of the highest in proportions observed among the countries studied. So what drives this higher value? It appears that in South Africa, generics are priced closer to their branded counterparts, reflecting different regulatory environments and market conditions. Across the world, we see a wide variety of uptake levels and market values for generics. In Europe, for instance, countries like Germany and the UK show moderate to high generic usage, but their market values differ significantly due to national healthcare policies and pricing controls. The data points to a crucial insight. The uptake of generics is not just about volume, but it's also about the economic and regulatory context that influence their market value. It's evident that while generics are essential in making medications affordable and accessible, their market impact varies widely. This disparity calls for a deeper examination of how many countries manage their pharmaceutical markets and their role of generics within them. As concerns about the quality and efficacy of generic drugs has been on the rise, investigative journalist Katherine Eban has documented growing skepticism among doctors in the United States and Africa in her 2019 book, Bottle of Lies. Many of the healthcare professionals have reported patients experiencing adverse effects after switching from brand name to generics. Take, for example, the case of Wellbutrin, an antidepressant. Patients who switched to a generic version reported headaches, nausea, irritability, and even suicidal thoughts. There were even complaints that pills that smelled fishy. Shockingly, it took the FDA 5 years to verify that the generic version produced by Teva Pharmaceuticals was not equivalent to the brand-named drug. The situation is even more dire in Africa, where many manufacturers have shipped their lowest quality drugs. Some generics were completely counterfeit, containing no active ingredients at all. Independent lab analysis revealed that even those with active ingredients often had insufficient amounts, forcing doctors to prescribe a much higher dose to their patients to achieve the same therapeutic effect. This brings us to Ranbaxy, a company that was eventually brought to justice. However, none of the individuals responsible faced prosecution. Many Ranbaxy executives moved to other major generic drug companies, where allegations of their fraud continue. Katherine Eban's work highlights the deep challenges in regulating a globalized pharmaceutical industry. When generics work as intended, they are vital for public health. However, her investigation revealed disturbing gaps in oversight. After a brief period of unannounced overseas inspections from 2014 to 2016, the FDA reverted to notifying plants of routine inspections well in advance. According to the FDA's Janet Woodcock, the agency now focuses on higher-risk facilities and has conducted some unannounced inspections in recent years. As we can see, generics are indispensable. Ensuring their safety and efficacy remains a daunting task. Eban's finding urges us to critically assess the improvement of regulatory frameworks governing these medications to protect public health. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video informative, please do not forget to like. It's how the YouTube algorithm remembers me. Share this video if you want other people to find this as well, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful content. And I lastly would like to highly recommend Katherine Eban's book, A Bottle of Lies. It is available at any good bookstore, online, or in your stores. See you next time.